sold us down the river to flood. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about us? What about just? What about us? We are problems that want to be solved. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. Oh, what about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? Ah, what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you're listening to me there. Yeah, hoping so. Thank you for being here. I would just ask you to find a nice comfy space to lie on because we're going to start in just 2 minutes. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. And we're going to start with that mat Pilates class. Let's just give 1 minute, see if someone else joins. I don't want control. I want to let go. I'll be ready. Are you ready? Now it's time to let them know we are ready. And if you have a mat, even better. Hello, hi there. We've got someone else. Oh, right. Hello. So if you want to say hi over the comments, please do say hi so that I know who's watching. Just gonna turn the music down. And you can also tell me if it's the first time or not that you have done Pilates, because it's very great to know which levels more or less we've got over there. So you can always say hi over there. Good. We normally have a bit of a mixture, but I'm gonna do like a sort of beginner intermediate lesson. I think that'll be the best option, probably. I'm just going to put this a little bit higher. Wonderful. And we're just going to start with our nice roll down. Okay, I think we've done it a couple of days and it's very important to stretch the back. So we're going to be just in parallel, starting to let the breath get heavier towards the feet. So we're starting to ground ourselves a little bit more, imagining the soles of the feet getting like duck feet, nice and spread. And I'm starting to imagine my tailbone drops down, gets nice and heavy, and from there, soft knees. I'm gonna let my chest drop towards the ceiling. So it's if I'm lifting the heart back and up, I'm gonna start to roll down. Now I keep my tailbone all the way down to the floor, guys, until I just can't go any further. And in this position, I'm just gonna stay. Make sure your arms are with you. We're gonna start to breathe into our upper back. So really sending the air into that little belt around the ribs. And I'm gonna inhale. Exhale, imagine the front of my body gets even heavier and spreads back. Beautiful. And again, inhale. Exhale. Heart is getting hollow towards the ceiling. Inhale.
Good. Now from there, without changing anything in my spine, I'm going to imagine I'm sliding my sit bones up an imaginary wall in the back, but I'm keeping the distance between my chest and my thighs. I go a bit farther, and then I'm going to make my sacrum heavier again, crushing it into my feet to go all the way back up. Wonderful. And again.
So I can just actually let's do it just once without thinking about anything, okay? So I can really go down. Right. Okay, so now I'm really locking my knees a little bit. I'm not really engaging my back of the hips, right? So I want you to just go down as you would normally. Just let it go. And then you're going to soften those knees a little bit. And you're going to start to press with those feet until you feel how your sacrum is like a spoon that's pressing against the floor. And then that's going to lift you a little bit. Now that's the right place. Wonderful to feel your hips. And from there, you're going to start to roll up, picking up your pubic bone. And again, inhale, heavy skull. Let the skull hollow your chest towards the ceiling. And we're going to start to roll. Beautiful. Soft knees, slide the sit bones to stretch those hamstrings up the wall. And then we're going to go heavy on the feet again to come all the way back, back up. Nice. We're going to go for that nice lunge. Okay. And there are many ways to do this lunge, but it's very important that we really make both hips work. Okay. So we're going to have front foot nice and grounded, nice and flat on the floor. And the other one, I'm going to imagine I have something I'm pressing against. I don't have anything, but I'm going to imagine a block over there. Now my hands are in my hips. And I'm going to really feel how the whole sole of my right foot is pressing evenly. So there's not just the outside or the inside that's pressing, but the whole sole. And I'm going to go down, standing on my back foot. So I stand on both feet. And I'm starting to imagine I'm picking up my pubic bone towards my nose, making my belly soft. So if I need to put my hand on my belly, I can do it. Good. And again. Press on the back heel. So reach your back heel back a little bit. Wonderful. So it's a proper lunge. And you're really trying to keep those hips square. Breathing into it. Wonderful. Now press on both soles of the feet to go all the way up. Use both hips. Gather them together. Pack them together. 2 more. Pressing on the right. 2. Don't forget about the right. Don't forget about any of them. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Heavy, 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 heavy. Wonderful. That's it. Let's go on to the other side. So we're going to go, foot is up. And again, I am feeling, so it's really tempting to just put it really high. And I feel like I'm doing a lot. I'm actually not engaging that much with the back leg. So if I imagine the real block there, that's going to give me my back of the hip. So that is what I want. And make sure you're not too narrow, so your legs are quite spread. And again, so coming all the way forward. Nice. If you've got a mirror in front of you or whatever you can look yourself on, make sure your hips are square. So both hip bones facing forward. Good. And again. Now pressing through the whole sole on the left to go up. So it's the feeling that I'm really pressing down to go up. That's it. So I never really escape my legs. I'm actually with them in that groundness. Beautiful. Last one. Okay. Very good. Yes, that's wonderful. Okay, and let's just go to do a little bit of pelvic movement on the floor. Didn't really say, oh, we've got someone over there. Hoy estoy en Casi Te Puedo Ver. That's in Spanish, guys. You need to learn some Spanish for that. Nice, that's wonderful. Thank you, Maite. Oh, mwah. The best fans over there. Very good. So we're going to have feet close to your bum. Now, my hands are in the back of my thighs, okay? And I'm going to start to send my pubic bone, just like a little string, towards my nose. So I'm literally just doing this little pelvic tilt, okay, to go down. Now my hands are nice and strong. I'm pulling my elbows apart, and I'm really using my hands to crawl down my legs.
And I stay there, breathe into my upper back, make the belly super heavy, and come back up. So now, very tempting if you've got mobile shoulders like mine that do everything, is to just let them go, right? And we sort of like just slouch back. Nice. But I want you to really be able to have strong shoulders. So you're really pulling elbows apart. That doesn't mean I'm squeezing them. I'm just having them apart. And they're like nice and spread, but they stay connected. And then I'm going to go back without losing them. So that means I need to use my hands for real. And I go all the way back, make my belly even heavier, keep my shoulders with me, and start to melt my heart to go up. Wonderful. And again, this is going to really prepare us for a roll down, for any exercise that's fun later on in the work. And again, now this is for you. You asked me about the pelvic floor, so this is very important, okay? So the arches are like sweeping off the floor. And I'm like imagining I'm sucking my arches right into my lala, what I call the lala, okay? That is your pelvic floor engaging over there. And then you come back up. So any exercise like this is really going to make you strengthen those muscles over there. You're going to stay there, really pulling your arms here, and you're going to breathe into your upper back. Good, nice. From there, I'm just going to have my hands back, and I'm going to slide them a little bit farther. So that my hands are like I'm almost on the floor, but I'm a little bit lifted. So you're like going to feel the pressure with the hands pushing against the floor in opposite directions. And then my belly is going to stay very heavy. So I'm letting my belly be heavy and my chest be very heavy. And I'm going to inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to pick up one knee towards my chest. Then I'm going to inhale again. As I exhale, make four elephants be on top of you to pick up the other leg. Beautiful. Now we're there. We're going to relax the knees a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep imagining the seam of my trousers being absorbed towards my belly. And I'm just going to bring one leg down without pushing my belly out. And exhale, melt the heart even more. Inhale down. Exhale, melting the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, good. Exhale, imagine you're lengthening the waist, making the belly the heaviest of weights. Exhale, just go as far as I'm not pushing my belly out. So the breathing, the inhale, instead of happening in my belly, it just happens all over my upper back. Exhale, last one. Wonderful. And I'm just going to go all the way back down. Nice, 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 nice. Very good. From there, I'm just going to have hands in the back of my knees. Elbows are apart. Have my heels squeezed together. Okay. And I'm going to have nice broad shoulders. So again, same idea. I'm not trying to over squeeze my shoulders, or I'm just really thinking of spreading them, but allowing the arm bone to sort of get into the socket. It's like kind of a tricky position sometimes. And then I'm just going to let my heart melt. So the space between my shoulders is like a hammock that's going to melt down to the floor as my belly does so, to start to float my upper back. So I'm going to press with my legs against my hands, and I'm going to start to inhale into my upper back. Exhale, heavy belly. Good. And again, inhale. Exhale, heavy your belly. Good. Keep your shoulders with you. Inhale. Exhale, heavy your chest. The chest really needs to melt. And again. Good. Heavy your chest. Wonderful. Two more. Lengthening the waist with your exhale. Squeezing your waist, making it longer. Last one. And down. Wonderful. Let's do just one more. We're going to do it in a different... Well, let's do one of these first, so we sort of get the idea. And we'll do another version. Different one. So elbows apart, squeezing heels. Very good. Really squeezing heels. So really, really. Imagine I have my hand there and you want to break it, because that's going to engage the back of your hips. So if you touch down here, this guy should be firing like crazy, okay? If they're not, keep the heels a bit more squeezed and you'll feel how they turn on. Good. And again, heavy chest, and start to inhale into your upper back. Exhale, heavy chest. Good. So you don't need to look too far up. Inhale, heavy belly. Good. And again, inhale, heavier. Good. Last one.
Nice. Down. Now we're going to do the same thing with the hands behind the head. So it's going to really have a support there. So my elbows are up to the ceiling. I'm stretching my triceps up to the ceiling, but allowing the arm bone to drop. And same thing, I'm going to let this space in my chest, it's a little bit tense. We might feel like the ribs are popping out a little bit. Can we imagine there's like a nice little puppy on top of my chest? Give me a golden retriever puppy, whatever it is. And I'm just going to really melt it. Just going to really make it soft and wide, okay? And as I do so, I'm going to start to send air into my upper back, inhaling. Exhaling, melting even more. Good. Again, inhale. Exhale. Now I don't need to go too high. I'm just sending air in the space between my blades. Heavier belly. Two more. Heavier. Last one. Good. So if you were not looking at me while you were doing it, because I know it's kind of hard to do both, remember in these abdominals, we're not going to go up and down. We are going up, we exhale and we stay. We go a little bit higher, we exhale and we stay. A little bit higher until I say stop, and then we go down. Okay, let's do one more, just in case we miss that one. So heels together, elbows up to the ceiling. And again, the center of my body is like a hammock that's like hanging and it's very heavy. So my ends are light, my middle is very heavy. I'm inhaling in my upper back, heavy chest. Keep letting your head be on a beach bed in Las Bahamas so that it can relax. Exhale, good. Relax your neck and your hands. And again, wonderful. Reach your triceps away from you, not just up, but out. Yes, lengthening your spine. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. It's really tiny. Last one. Okay, wonderful, nice. Let's just stretch a little bit. So we're going to cross both legs together. So right on top of left, hands are by my side and a little cross. And I'm just going to let all that relax towards the side. Oh, what a nice stretch. I really need that. I know you've been sitting, but I've been sitting way too much today. So really having that right shoulder on the floor and letting the ribs wrap around. Breathing into all those legs that might be stretching, all that diagonal of the body. We're going to make the belly very heavy to come back to center. Wonderful. And then we're going to change to the other side, okay? So we're going to go to the right. Good. Letting the left shoulder be on the floor. We can even look towards the left, if that's okay. Wonderful. Imagine these ribs are like wrapping around your lungs to give you a bit more of a pec stretch. Nice. I feel like I want to work in teaser today. It's going to be exciting to work in teaser. You know what teaser is? So teaser is this thing, this thing that you always see in pictures, right? Where like people go all the way up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so all that is teaser. But now to do it right, because of course we want to do it in a way that it helps us and it supports us, we need to practice it somehow different, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do it with a wall. I'm going to first work on our rolling like a ball, which is going to be a progression towards that. And then we'll do a teaser, okay? So first, for rolling like a ball. So rolling like a ball is this exercise here, okay? It's like it is a beginner exercise, but actually it is much trickier than it looks, okay? So it's basically just rolling in your spine back and forward. And to prepare ourselves for that, we're going to start with the hands behind our thighs, okay? So you're going to be looking at me this way. We're going to have elbows apart and heels a little bit together for now, okay? Now I'm going to let the pubic bone again tip towards my nose, so just so that I can have a little bit of space in my groin, okay? So it's like I'm really opening those hip creases. Good. That's it. And I'm having the feeling that my knees want to go apart, but my heels want to stay together. My ankles sort of want to squeeze together. So it's like a little bit of an opposition. And my hands are also wanting to pull away from each other. Good. Now, I'm going to start to lift one leg up to the ceiling. So I'm letting that thigh bone drop into the socket and I'm coming back in. Wonderful. So really important that I'm not pushing in the back of the knee a lot. Right, so I want the back of the knee to be light, and I don't care how far you go. It's not about how far you go. It is about letting the thigh bone be the heaviest thing on earth, and the calf the lightest thing on earth. So it's like I've got an helium balloon underneath my cuff in my foot. Okay. And my thigh bone is dropping in the socket, right in the socket. Good. Two more. If you feel like you're collapsing too much, make sure you sort of come up a little bit. Two more. Good. This is the last one, guys. You're doing great. Nice. Now, if anyone feels very excited, we can go with both, okay? So you're going to really keep that curl in your spine and you're going to go with both legs. Wonderful. And then if you feel even more excited, you can even take your hands up little by little and relax. Wonderful. Now, we're going to go for a second preparation for a roll like a ball. So in rolling like a ball, one of the problems is that we sort of disengage from the hips, okay? So here we're going to make sure we are squeezing the heels like crazy so that doesn't happen. Now the distance between this and this is going to stay the same. So I'm going to start to send my pubic bone towards my nose, but keep the distance between my thigh and my chest. And I'm going to press with my hands to come back up. So if you see, my hands are supported in the back, pressing through my whole palm, tip my pubic bone towards my nose, heavy chest. So here, really think of the chest melting like a hammock. Hammock, 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 hammock. Heavier belly, heavier belly, heavier belly. Squeeze the heels together. Again, pubic bone towards your nose. Beautiful. Keep the distance. Because otherwise, when we do rolling like a ball, everything will try to play up. And again, pubic bone towards your nose. Good. And when you're here, just try to release the tension for me. Like your lower back really wants to spread. Ah, let it go. Good. And then keep that softening, soft lower back to come up. Last one. Wonderful. And up. And our next step is preparation for teaser. So we need a wall, okay? Problem is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see me here. I'm going to try though. So I am with my feet on the wall. Can you sort of see me? Yeah, sort of. So your feet are on the wall. Okay, I'm going to mark it on the side in a second. And they are... I'm going to mark it in this wall, actually. I need to take these beautiful flowers off the way. Have you seen how beautiful they are? Oh my God, they're like blossoming now. So we are here, actually. Sorry, camera. I'm just giving you a little bit of a nightmare now. There we go. That is different. Good. Adaptation. That's the quality that this quarantine makes us work on. So feet are at the height of my eyes. Okay, so like my toes are sort of at the height of my eyes. Now having my hands in the back of my legs. Now it's super important that I keep pressing my feet, so I cannot lose my feet. And I'm going to start to walk with my hands down towards the floor, but without losing the pressure in my feet. If I'm losing them, I don't go that far. And then I come back up. And again, so pubic bone towards my nose, and I go all the way down. Keep pressing through the feet. Come all the way up. Make sure you've got strong shoulders there. And again. Very nice. Heavy belly. Yes. Last one. Well done. Last one. Coming up. Up, up, up. That's perfect. And now we can go back to our position. Very nice. How was that? Hope that was easy. Or like at least manageable. Yeah. So that is the preparation for a teaser. And then after that, before we do teaser, because of course we need to roll down, we're going to go for a roll down because it's definitely a progression that's also taking us towards that. I'm not going to do teaser today, but we'll eventually do it. So if you keep coming, that will happen. So let's have those hands up to the ceiling there, guys. And imagine those arms really spreading apart. And the chest melting heavy towards the mat. Now I'm going to start to lift my hands just to the height of where my shoulders are. I'm going to start to feel how my heels are connected to the floor. And for 2 seconds, I'm going to ask my body, because it just knows how to do it. But I want to go up, keeping my hip creases open. So I want to peel my spine off the mat, little by little, vertebra per vertebra, really keeping my heels connected to the ground.
and allowing my body to go one by one off the floor and end up in a really big, nice, wide C. Very good. And in that C, I'm going to start to go all the way down. So sending my pubic bone towards my nose, really keeping this guy super open to go all the way back down.
Now, the reason why I say ask your body is because there's sometimes that innate intelligence that we don't actually control or know about. So I would actually recommend you to use it because it's very useful. So you're just gonna ask your body, how can I go up, keeping the hip creases open and allowing my spine to stretch? Ask for that, and I'm sure it will happen. So your shoulders stay with you. That's an important thing. So you don't pull them out. You keep them with you.
Good. And if the shaking happens, let it happen. That's okay. And you're going to stay there and keep opening these windows in your groins to go forward. So you're not just going forward. You're imagining you're creating a C that's huge. You want to press with your feet towards the ground to make the shape even bigger, even stronger. Heavy chest. Narrow your waist with your breathing. And again, all the way down.
Wonderful. There's the two more, guys. So hands go all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, let the chest melt and go all the way vertebra by vertebra,
Really keeping those hips nice and light, making the shape even bigger and bigger. And within yourselves, create space and bigger spaces. And from there, let's go pubic bone to your nose. Reach your thighs away from you and
down. Last one, guys. Beautiful. Exhale, letting the heart melt. Really, really let that heart melt.
really let it melt. Really let that spine soften and lift. Those ribs float up to the sky. Your shoulders are with you. Your spine curls all the way. Nice. And we're just going to relax there for a second.
That was really good. Nice roll down over there. So let's actually go for a spine stretch. Now, if you've got something you can sit on, that would be amazing. Otherwise, you can just do it with your legs sort of open. Just in case you feel a little bit tighter in the back of the legs, then you can sit on something, okay? So we're gonna do a little bit of a modified version that I think is very useful. So all you're doing is you're letting the head be very heavy,
Dropping it towards your belly. Imagining the tip of your head is going to crash in the middle of both legs. Your hands are by your side. And you're again creating that big C in your body. Heavy chest, heavy waist. Narrow it and make it even heavier. Let your skull melt. Good. Keep going, opening those groins. And come back up.
so as you see, for the top of my head to go in the middle of this, it's like I need to get longer, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't happen. Like I don't think it will physically happen. So I really need to get like you know, one of those linkies that have like a lot of springs. So that's what I need to do. I need to
Get converted into a springy thing, and I want to get longer and longer and longer in order for this to go down.
okay. So that's what I want you to create, that internal space. And again, let's do it. So use the weight of your head.
Heavy head, heavier, and melt it towards your chest, that your chest gets heavier. Good. And lifts up to the sky. And keep imagining you want to bring the top of your head in the middle of your legs and breathe. Exhaling, breathe in a way that your ribs can float up to the sky. Inhale. Good. And your feet are pressing down slightly towards the mat, so that you can really open up that space in your groin and your pelvis and your lower stomach. Last one.
Okay. And we're gonna go for a saw here. So arms are by our sides. I think it's the first day today we do saw. Great, I'm so happy because we're progressing through it. So nice. So your hands are by your side, okay? And same position with the legs, nothing changes. Now, I am just gonna rotate. Now the rotation doesn't happen from the shoulder, it happens from my little bra here. I've got a Madonna bra, and I'm gonna turn my Madonna bra to the left. Whole thing, okay? I can feel all the you really feel it. So just the Madonna bra, not the shoulders. The Madonna bra turns to the left. Really squeeze that in. Wonderful. Stay there for a second. And twist even a bit more with your bra. Good. Now you're going to bring this hand and reach it towards your little toe, towards your pinky, as this one reaches out and up. So you're creating a big C. You're not leaning anyway. There's an position. You're breathing into it. Coming back to center. Okay. It's not so slow. I was just marking it through. Okay. It's not so crazy. So it is one, inhaling, exhaling, reaching, inhaling, exhaling. We're going to do it with this breathing for now. Okay. So we're going to inhale, exhale, turn. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back. Inhale, center. I don't really mind if you change the breathing a bit for now, okay? The most important thing is that you don't go too quick so that you breathe. So you're inhaling, exhale, reach. Very good. Two directions. Inhale, up. Exhale, send. Inhale, twist. Exhale, reach. Two directions. Cut the wood with that saw. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Two more. Inhale, Madonna bra, not shoulders, Madonna bra. Go. Exhale, beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, center. Just two more. Inhale. Exhale. Really, really reach. Create that big C in your groin. And we're just going to do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay. Wonderful. And hopefully you've got a little bit of a twist going on there that stretch you a bit internally. Let's do a nice all fours position. Let's do some all fours, okay? So I'm going to be just kneeling. Just simply kneeling here. Okay, my arms, let's go for that cat cow. That, as we remember, it is quite trickier than we think sometimes. So we're pressing through both hands. I'm actually going to get rid of my mat because it's bothering me a bit. So make sure your hands are not too narrow. Okay, so your hands are quite spread. They've got space and they're pressing through the whole palm. So I'm pressing with every single bit of my palm so that there are no spaces of air underneath my fingers. Good, and I'm picking up the back of my skull so that my sternum is light. Beautiful. It is not so light that my arms are off my sockets, but it is not so heavy that I am squeezing my blades. So find that bit in the middle where my lower stomach just says, hello, hi, I'm sort of connected. Okay. So from that, heels together, guys, and I'm going to walk my hands slightly more forward, and I'm going to pull my elbows towards me, parallel, sending my heart forward and my bum back. So my pubic bone stretching back. I'm pressing with my feet on the floor, and I'm stretching my collarbone forward. Good. And I'm going to go back to parallel. Okay? Let's do that again. So I'm just bringing feet together, squeezing heels, pressing shins down, elbows bent. I'm reaching my nipples forward and my pubic bone back. Both are even forces. So if I do more of one than of the other, I will just collapse back or I will just spill forward, and I don't want that. So I want a nice band stretching me both ways with an even force. And again, back to parallel, and again. So feet together, bending elbows, reaching nipples. My belly's light and it's not collapsing. My ribs are connected. I'm just stretching. Yes, that collarbone lifting. Beautiful. Back to center. So ideally, you should feel the stretch in all the upper back. And again, feet together, sitting back just a bit, reaching your pubic bone in this direction. Elbows in. Beautiful. Collarbones up. Okay. And back to center. And then we're going to go into the curl, so the opposite, okay? So I'm really having my shoulders there. Now it's so easy to do this here, but then nothing really happens in my spine. So I want to keep the shoulders with me, like you've got a sheet of paper on top of them, and I don't want to make it fall. And then I'm going to start to go a little bit more back. I can still keep my heels together and start to curl my sacrum towards my feet. Very good. And I come back to center again. Okay, so back to neutral. And again.
So pressing through my feet, sitting a little bit back to just curl my sacrum to my feet. Well done. And I come back in. Good. So if you see all that shaking I've got over there, there's just like a lot of tension. You know, like animals really release tension through shaking. Sometimes it happens when you connect certain muscles. Good. So don't be afraid if that ever happens to you. Nothing is gonna happen now, but really just know that is something very normal. And really tip the sacrum again towards your feet. And back to center. Let's do the last one. Wonderful. Curl, curl, curl. Beautiful. Nice. Let's curl those toes around, guys. And we're just going to get a little bit of flexibility in those knuckles, okay? So my hands are here, and I am here in my crunches, and I'm going to have palms there, okay? Now I am with my heels a little bit up, and my tarsus are on the mat, okay? So I really have my toes nice and grounded there. Now that is not going to change, but I'm going to reach my knees towards the mat, trying to keep the toes where they are, and then back up, okay? So really stretching that back of the foot, all that back line in the foot. And again, very good. Make your stomach engage with it if you can. Wonderful. Keep your knuckles as spread as you can and as even as you can, so the pressure is on all those knuckles, not just on the big toe or on the little toe. It's like really even. Last one. Nice. Okay. Very, very nice. And now we're going to go for a little bit of hip opening, okay? I think we've done this sometime probably. So we're going to be kneeling here. And my hands are going to be, for now, just on top of my thighs, to the side, slightly to the side, okay? And what I want you to think of, your feet are not, they're a little bit apart. We're like parallel, but a little bit apart. And I just want you to stay where your spine is. So the tendency will be to go forward. I'm just going to keep my head with my spine aligned and allow my chest to relax and find that calm in my belly. So I'm going to have my hand in my belly for a second. And if it is a bit tense, just ask your belly if it can sort of release a little bit and spread. Okay, so it's very important, Maite, to be able to actually soften the belly in order to connect the pelvic floors. That all this can be relaxing and contracting, both. We don't just want something to be very stiff and not be able to move. So it's so important. So my hand is here, and I'm going to start to press with my feet on the floor and my shins to send my pubic bone forward. And I'm going to go all the way to sit back down. And again, heavy belly. So now this is a temptation. Remember, you want to keep your head on top of your spine and like sort of feel like you're almost leaning back. It will probably feel like that. Good. And try to press on the whole foot. So not just on the side, not just on the internal bit. Try to press evenly through the whole instep. Very good. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Very nice. Two more. Pressing on the shins and feet to send the pubic bone forward. Yes, guys. Now, I want you to imagine, too, that the knees are squeezing something. If you don't feel it, this is not a great idea, to be honest. Sometimes I'm not very inspired. Sorry, guys. Well, it actually works. So you can. This is a bit more risky because you can break it. Maybe get something that you cannot break. But like feel that your knees are like wanting to squeeze together, okay? Good. We're just gonna do two more. I know it's a bit of a nightmare, so bear with me. This is the second to last. I promise you, you feel awful in the quads, and you might feel like it's actually stretching. I promise you. Good. So you're gonna stay there. Now my hands are by the side of my thighs. Actually, let's put them in the front because I think it's gonna help you a bit more. But like really squeezing them. Really. Like not just like posing, really squeezing them so that you give me some shoulders. Now, I cannot lose my shins. I have already lost them a bit. Go back to them, shins. And you're going to start to lean back. Imagining you're like pulling up the pubic bone up to your nose to go back and forward.
So the pubic bone's still the first thing that goes forward. Okay, it's really forward. I'm gonna lean back, keeping it forward, and I'm gonna send it forward again. Good. Keep squeezing the inner leg. And again, inhale. Now, if your nervous system freaks out, don't worry. Just relax for a second. Ask it to chill and go back to it. Okay. And again, really hands. Give me hands. Hands, 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 hands. Good. Two more. Squeeze the inner thigh. Knees connected with a string. Last one. Okay, that's wonderful. And from there, let's just go to the floor to relax those legs a little bit. That was very nice. It is quite an intense hip opener if you actually do it well. So let's do one on top of the other one, just nice and crossed. And we're gonna have one hand here, one hand here. We're gonna think of opening the groins here. We're gonna curl forward. Exhale. Good. Really breathing. Nice. Don't let the breath get held. And come all the way up. And we're gonna do two more. And again, make sure you're in a comfortable position with that leg. Good. Coming back up. Two more. Forward. And up. Beautiful. Let's go for the other side. I'm just a bit worried because I don't have I don't have a clock. Because I had to move that light and then my clock's not there anymore. But don't you worry because I'll be checking so that we can actually know when to transition to the stretching one. And up. Wonderful. And forward, opening the groin. Beautiful work. We're just gonna do one more, guys. Okay, forward. Yeah. That's so good. Coming all the way back up. And I want to stretch a little bit of those adductors. We're gonna just come up. Let me just check for a second. We're good, perfect. So we're gonna just be there. Okay, so opening the legs. We're gonna press through the feet. We're gonna have one hand on one knee. And just stay there, opening the groin a little bit. So both hands are on my knees. And I'm just gonna sit opening that groin a little bit. Very good. And then I'm gonna press through my feet to go up, but keeping the pressure in my feet. And I can go as low as I can in this case. Okay, so really getting into that groin softening and pressing all the way back up. If you feel like your feet need to be closer to each other, go for it. Feel free to readjust. And again, just do wherever you feel how you're still pressing with your feet. And then we're going to sort of try to go from one side to the other side. Yeah, it's really getting into that bit. Soft. Now, if this is your position, that's okay. Just wherever you feel like it's serving you, okay? I just feel like I have a crack, so you can even mobilize it a little bit. If you feel like it's a bit stuck, you can give it some movement. It's very important that I always say to my clients, I just hope once I don't see you anymore, you're able to keep taking care of your bodies, because that is the most fulfilling thing for a teacher. If you can actually be able to teach people to be autonomous and actually know what feels good and what doesn't, because that you take it with you all your life. Good. So you can do that little twist. Sometimes you're just doing something and you can even invent something because it just works. Good. So you can like sort of twist in and out. Good. That's it. Last one. In and out. Wonderful. And let's go back to the floor. Okay. And let's just release a little bit. So we're just going to go from having the feet together in this little butterfly. Okay. So I'm just going to go lie down. having my knees nice and open and putting my hands on top of my hip bones. Hands on my hip bones, and I'm starting to breathe nice and wide through the whole lower leg. So my whole hips and legs are opening in my inhale. And as I exhale, I let the air climb up nice and gently up my spine. And again. Great. Staying in that nice, soft position. Last one. And we're going to go into parallel. Well, a little bit wider than parallel. And we're just going to turn one knee in and the other one. Just again, mobilizing. So knee goes in. Just giving a little bit of a massage in the sacrum. Good. And we'll get on to some more mobilizing and stretching for the next session. So please do stay with me. It's just until 10 past, so it's really short. And it's just gonna leave you all nice and open. So hope you can stay with me for that. It's just gonna be 2 minutes at the time that I take to change the mission, and that will be right back. Okay. Okay, so knees towards you, pull them in, squeeze them in, give them a little bit of a massage over there. Good, really squeeze them up. And give yourself a nice hug just to say thank you for the class. Holding your shoulder blades. Thank you, beautiful body, for this class. Nice. Thank you for being here, guys. So excited to have you there. And please join me in 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes, we're back with some more stretching. We'll open a little bit more areas, open the arms, open the shoulders, do a little bit of everything, okay? So see you there. 2 minutes.